Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Monday Morning Challenge. I'm Roger Love, your host for today. We are broadcasting live from Chicago Hope Academy on Dr. King Day. Happy Martin Luther King Day to all of you out there that are tuning in. Um, we are so blessed to be in 2017. It is another year of making progress. This year we talked about that this is going to be a year of doing, taking action and not wishing, not hoping anymore, not dreaming anymore, but taking action and doing. And then today, I want to share briefly with you about something that I was talking about the whole year, the theme being championship attitude. I want you to understand that it's so important that you need to have a championship attitude. In order to do that, you need to, number one, be strong and courageous. When you think of Dr. King, I think of someone who was strong and courageous through what he had to do, through what he had to endure, through the sacrifices he had to make with his family, and even through the sacrifices of losing his life for the cause of equal rights for all mankind. When you think about that, think about the significance of that. I think that too many people take it for granted what Dr. King stood for and how strong and how courageous he was. But in order for you to be successful and to have a championship attitude this year, three things I want to share with you about being strong and courageous. The number one thing that you have to do is assume responsibility for all your results. It is so important that you take responsibility and accountability for everything that you do. You cannot blame others. You cannot blame anyone else for your failures or your miscues or anything that does not go wrong. When you take accountability and responsibility for yourself and for your actions, that is a courageous step. And that's a courageous thing to do. A lot of people aren't willing to do those courageous things because guess what? They want to blame others. They want to point the finger at others. Don't point the finger at others. I think that that's really something that happens a lot in life with immaturity. Maturity brings taking responsibility, taking accountability. You cannot control, everything that's going to happen. But again, if you're taking accountability for it, you're willing to take responsibility, and you're willing to find results to correct any errors, any miscues, any setbacks that you have. Setbacks are going to happen. They're absolutely going to happen. So it's important that you assume responsibility for all your results. Find ways to accept in every area of your life, personally, spiritually, financially, business-wise, educational-wise, whatever it may be, you assume responsibility for your actions. Speaking of actions, the second thing, massive action will win overall. It trumps all. Take massive action. You see, Dr. King took massive action every day, every time, without fail, no exception. He was very, very consistent and relentless in fighting for the cause, showing up every time, no matter what the circumstances were, no matter how many death threats he got, he showed up because he assumed responsibility and he took massive action because it trumps all. You have to understand that if you enter a level of that and taking massive action and continuously activity and being an activist in your own cause, you're going to get success. You're going to get the results. You're going to get the attention that you need. And understand, unwanted attention is going to come with that, which sometimes brings fear to people. But fear is an indicator of growth. Fear is an indicator that you're right on the brink of a breakthrough. You're right on the brink of success. A lot of times fear will bring that to you, and that discomfort. But understand that discomfort is right there with that breakthrough. And you heard my analogy of the breakthrough with the person that was trapped in the avalanche, and he just kept digging and he started to fear that he was not going to make it out of that avalanche that he was covered in. But right there was his breakthrough, and the sun helped him to see that his breakthrough was there. So rest assured, your breakthrough is right there when you have that little fear and that little second of doubt, but you have to press on. And that's what champions do. They press on. So understand this here. You have to be strong and courageous. It even tells you in Joshua 1, it says it several times, but it says be very strong and courageous. You have to be in this world mentally strong. You have to be that in your mind. You have to be that with your heart. You have to be courageous to step out on faith. Sometimes we don't want to step out on faith because we're afraid that there's no safety net down there when we're walking that tightrope of life. We have to understand that somewhere along the line, keep pressing on, keep moving forward. Don't look back. We got to move towards what's ahead. Your courage is needed today. We're living in a time where 2016 brought a lot of division in people for some reason, a lot of anger, a lot of hate, a lot of rage. It takes love to be courageous. It takes a bigger person to be courageous and do the right thing, to do the better thing, to take the high road. But we have to understand that we must do that, and that's important that we do that from every standpoint in life. When people lash out at us, it does not make any sense for us to lash out back at them. Somewhere along the line, we have to be the bigger person. So I'm asking you this year, be strong and be courageous. Again, cover these things just in case you missed them. Number one, if you're going to be strong and courageous, assume responsibility for all your results in your life. Take massive action, because that trumps all. That's going to see you to push through. And understand that fear is an indicator that you are about to have a breakthrough. Fear is an indicator that you're right on the cusp of doing something great. Understand that, because you have that adrenaline rush that's going to challenge you. Challenges are going to come, but your attitude is going to be the main thing that's going to get you to your place of wanting success in your life. I just wanted to take a few minutes of time today to, do that and understand and think about again what Dr. King stood for. Again, Dr. King to me was one of the most strongest and courageous individuals that I've ever had a chance to study. And unfortunately, he's not here anymore, but I think, again, we have to stop taking this day for granted. It's a day of peace. It's a day of reflecting that anything's possible if you just believe and have faith and be strong and courageous. I want to say to you guys to have a great day, and remember, always be the greatest you that you can be, because no one can stop you but you. Remember, don't be good, be great. I will see you next week. Thank you again for tuning in to the Monday Morning Challenge. Remember, be strong, be courageous, do the right thing always.